Update time. I don't know how long it's been since my last video because I haven't really uploaded all these. I've made them, but I haven't really uploaded them. Um, I think I uploaded them and then I kind of took them down. So I'm making this in preparation of uploading it, but I might just keep it for my own personal benefit too. So as you can tell, I'm doing yarn braids. I'm doing yarn braids on top of my locks, keeping them. So in my last video, you'll see like I went like this really light ginger blonde, and that did not last because I did not like the color. It was too light. I don't know what color I was going for, but it was not that color. So I wanted to repigment it, and I probably could have even gone, because as light as my hair was, I probably could have gone a little bit darker but still light. But ultimately I went with this color, which is L'Oreal's lightest golden brown. It's like, I think it's like 5.5 because the 6 was too dark. Yeah. So this is the only one that has like a 0.5, because there's there's light brown and then there's lightest brown. Light brown is like 6, lightest brown is like 5.5. And it still came out darker than what I thought it was going to be. But I like the color and I'm keeping this. So that's what I did. And my hair feels great. I'm still using the Redkins. I don't know if I mentioned that. And my other one, the bonding shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, and the spray. I'm also using the Redkins Snap. It's called Extreme Moisture. It's supposed to do with like damage. So it's in like a blue container, and those are the shampoos and the conditioners that I'm using. And I'm not worried about buildup because these are still starter locks, so they're not like really fully locked. And just breakage is not breakage. Build up, I'm just not worried about that right now. Like, I'm trying to preserve my hair, and it feels great now. I'm not even gonna lie, like, it feels great. I love putting my fingers through my hair, but I feel like I still over manipulate my hair because I have yet to go through and really wait long for a retwist. And because my locks are interlocked and I'm sometimes bored at work, I be interlocking these when I'm bored. So like, they're not all interlocked. Like, I'm not on a locking schedule. It's just whenever I feel one that's like really loose, I'll just like lock it up. So anyways, is that something in my hair? It feels like on the camera it's something in my hair. Oh yeah, it is. It's like lint already. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I love my yarn braids. I had them in all during my pregnancy. The reason why my hair is short is because after I was done taking out my yarn braids the first time, I relaxed my hair, and then when I decided to get locks, instead of like putting locks on relaxed hair, I just cut all my relaxed hair off, and my hair was like really long, and I just cut it off. It's not that serious. So I started my locks off with natural hair. So that's what I'm doing. And I purposely got locks. I know people going, why'd you get locks if you're just going to wear braids on them? Because I got them because they're versatile. And I love my locks, and that's why I'm keeping them. But I also still want consistency. And locks, as you know, are not consistent. They're consistent with being not consistent. And I miss my yarn braids. I really do. I miss the dependability. I miss the changing colors, even though you can see I'm really not changing the color. I just miss them. They're my go-to, and I miss them. And that's the reason why I like really did want smaller locks, was because I knew eventually I was going to put yarn braids back in. So when I did yarn braids before, and I've maintained them before, I've used what most women use, which is Red Heart, which is always reliable and a go-to because you can find it almost everywhere. Every store, I want to say, craft store carries Red Heart. But for me, and still with my hair being compromised with that bleach underneath it, and I'm really not trying to damage my hair. I'm not trying to do any more damage to my hair. I decided to go to Hobby Lobby. I decided to go. I went to Michael's, and I got this. This is their generic or their name brand yarn, and it's silkier. It's silk. Can you tell? You can't probably tell. You'd have to touch it. It's silkier, and even Red Heart still makes one that is silkier than this. This is kind of coarse, and with natural hair, obviously I didn't mind the coarseness, but with my hair being compromised, I'm just not quite sure I want that. Plus, this is heavier than this is, and if you don't know what I mean by it being heavier, if you are doing yarn braids, because I know that yarn braids been around like since the beginning of time, but if you are doing yarn braids and you want to see like how heavy yarn is or whatever, compare the two. Like do 2 or 3 braids of this and then get a lighter form of yarn, and you'll see the difference in the weight. Plus, I still want the length, and like I said, I'm not trying to mess up my hair anymore. So that's what I'm doing. This color is called Walnut. It's called Walnut, and it matches my hair perfectly, which wasn't really intentional, but because I did a few testers in the back, different colors in the back, and one, I started off with Red Heart because this was my go-to, and I don't like how heavy this one feels in a comparison. Now see, the Red Heart, this is still only 3 strands, and you see how thick this is compared to this one, which is still 3 strands. And you see, like when you're braiding your hair, obviously, or if your hair is already locked, you want to make sure, this is what causes damage to hair, and I don't want to say like this is braiding 101, but you want your braid to be, or your lock, I'm going to say braids, even though I know that mine are still locked, that you want the parts to be consistent with the amount of hair you put on it. You see, I got lint in my hair. That's only because I put on a linty cap. So guys, don't judge me. I sleep with stuff on my head. But do you see how thin this is, right? And how thin that is? That's what you want. You don't want to put heavy behind braids on that little piece of hair. That's gonna have my hair fall out. Like like look at that. You see how different that is? And these are still 3 strands. So Red Heart is great, and I love Red Heart, and I'll probably use Red Heart again at some point, but right now I'm not taking any chances. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a lighter form. If you shop at Hobby Lobby, I'm guilty of going there occasionally. Hobby Lobby has a brand that's still light like this, but there's other stores you can go to. And with the climate changing, some stores we support, some stores we don't. Do whatever fits you, boo. I just don't like going into Hobby Lobby often. And I try really hard not to go there at all. And Walmart's, unfortunately, I do go into more than I would like to, because they just have everything for me. Story time over. Now, what am I doing? So I don't go through when I see women that have measured their yarn. I don't do all that. I don't want to say I do it the lazy way, but I do it the lazy way. You can wrap it like how long you think you want it, and like wrap it here and go back and forth. And honestly, ladies, I'd be too tired for that. And then plus when I do my braids, I like all my braids to be the same length, which means I don't really like that layered look unless it's up in a ponytail. But I want to say 75 to 80% of the time, I leave my hair down. And one, because I'm worried about my edges breaking and I don't want to cause any potential stress on my edges. Keeping it down just keeps me confident. Like that's what I do. And if I put it up, it's going to be loose and it's not going to be long because I just don't like the tension and the potential headaches that I have. So I will show you what I do for this, even though you guys really don't need to see it. But since I'm doing it, I might as well just show you. So when I do is I unwrap the yarn that I'm going to do. And then as you can see, there is one side here that goes out here. And then if you fish around, well, it's just going to be harder to find in here. Where is it? Normally, I can find the other one. Because I'm making a video, it's going to be harder. Watch. It is too. Hold on. Do I have one that's already out? I do. Okay. Because I don't feel like really messing up that one just yet. So, as you can see on this one, this string right here comes on the outside, and then there's one that's in the middle. And then what I do is I just put these two together, and how are you going to see this? This is what I get for not having really a recording area. And I just measure, and I measure it based on how long I want it. Obviously this is too long, but keep in mind that when you're braiding, it's going to shrink up anyways. And this is about $5. So no matter what I do right now, I'm saving money because I'm not going to a shop and I'm doing it myself. So $5 is nothing. And the fact that I'm saving money by doing my hair myself is already a win anyway. So I'm not worried about being wasteful on the yarn. But I did buy up all the brown because I'm not stupid. Because I ain't about to go around to other Michaels. So I did buy up all the brown. So I bought like 4 of these. I bought like 4. I sent my daughter out, actually. I made her go get 4 more of these. And this should be good for me. And then when it's time for me to redo these, if I keep them in, I'll probably go with another color, or I might just wear my locks. I haven't gotten that far, but if y'all follow me, I'll be able to see how long I keep these bad boys in, because I might be setting a record. I don't know, because I like my yarn. So anyways, I'll measure it. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to go around a few times, enough to where if I count it, it'll be like 2 or 3 braids. So right now that's 6. So that's enough for 2 braids. And for right now, for the sake of this video, because I'm going up on 13 minutes and hopefully it'll upload, I'm only going to do 2 of those. Okay. Now this is how y'all know I'm old. First of all, I'm using this because I don't mind wasting this stuff. But I also mix it with this, which I really don't like. This is not my go-to leave-in conditioner. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like this too much. I don't think, for the damage that I did to my hair, this is not a must-have for me. This is just, I'll spray this on my yarn braids, or I'll spray it in my son's hair. I don't really care about this. And I mixed this one because this was just thick and I ain't like it. So what I'll do is I'll go through, obviously spray your hair a little bit because you don't want to braid wet hair. And if you're doing this on locked hair, you don't want to damage your locks. I'm not a loctician. Y'all know that because y'all see the other videos where I'm messing it up. What?
You're using the phone.
I am using the phone. After I'm recording, you can use it. Did you want to poke your head in and say hi since you got your mask on? Come on. Come on. My boy wants to say hi, but he can only do it with the mask. Say hi, X. Okay, there you go. All right. So after I sprayed that, I'm using this grease. It's got this stuff in it. I don't like this grease. And I don't know why I bought it, because I don't like the little herbs in it. But I threw out my other grease because I'm like, I'm locked now and I don't need grease. Don't throw your old products out. Ladies, don't throw your old products out just because you got locks. Don't clean house like I did, because now I'm using this one. And this might be some people's favorites, but I don't like this one. I really don't. I don't like the stuff in it, which I probably am not even going to use this whole container. What? So anyways, let me finish this video, okay? So I'll take some off. Yeah, okay. So I'll take some off, and heavily, I'm doing heavily because it's grease. And like I said, I'm not worried about buildup. I want my hair to stay nice and moisturized underneath these braids. And I'm not trying to, this is what I'm doing. I'm not, this is not a tutorial. I'm just making a channel, video diary. That's why I haven't uploaded all those other videos, because one of them I had a mini meltdown, and I'm not quite sure I want y'all to see that. I had a mini meltdown. So I'm braiding like old people used to braid, which I am, is taking the 3, wrapping it around my hair, leaving this piece out. So this is my lock, and I'm twisting it once, and that's it. And now I got my hair here, and I got 3 little legs here, and did 1 rotation. But this little one right here, she's about to get covered up. She's about to get covered up. I'm going to take 1 from that one, so I have like 1 dinky one here. And then I'm going to do a few rotations. And then I'm going to take more from that one and do it here. Why? Because I want her to be covered up as much as possible in between the yarn. Is that going to help? I don't know. I did it with my other hair and with my natural hair, and I've done it with my relaxed hair, and as I'm comfortable with braiding like this, at least until I'm done. It feels a little weird, but I'm going to keep doing this until the end of this braid. It's going to be a long video. I don't even know if YouTube's going to let me upload it. We'll see. And if not, then it'll just stay on my phone. This does get tangled because it's so long. I'm not going to do all this braid because y'all, this video will be too long. But anyways, so now there's still a little piece of her out, and I braided it all the way down till I'm past my hair, with keeping her as much in the middle as possible, because I feel like she'll be less exposed in the middle. And when I'm down to the end of my hair, which you can barely tell because the yarn is the same color as my hair, you probably would have been able to see it earlier, but I mean, it's not really a braiding tutorial either. But after I'm happy with the fact that all her little goodness is tucked inside them little braids, and there is none of her poking out. See that little piece right there? Still trying to poke out. I don't even know how she got out. Or the main one. Like, how'd you get out? One thing about, there's got to be patient, and I'm rushing because of the sake of time. So now she's all in there. You can't really see her. See, she's all in there. Nice and secure in there. I would say add more spray to her, and sometimes I'll add it to the braid, but really I just put grease on it, and grease is already going to be a barrier for that moisture right now. I pulled that wasn't my hair. I'm past my hair. So now I'm just going to even it out to where it feels better on my fingers, and then I'm going to braid it all the way down. And y'all don't need to see all this because it's just pointless. But after I'm done braiding it all the way down, I'll go back and I'll measure where the other ones are. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but where the rest of my braids are, I'll measure it, and then I'll take an old school lighter. This is one that I'm not keeping, and I'll just burn it. And I twist it, and then I'll take my scissors and I'll cut it, and then I'll cut it again because I don't like that, and then that's it. That's how I'm doing it. But I'm not keeping that little nub that I did. So what am I anticipating? I have about 200 locks in my hair. So I'm anticipating, I have a little over like 210 or something. I'm anticipating about 200 braids in my hair. And there are one or two really, really small ones that I have. Really, really thin ones. You see that little one right there? I think I even have one that's even thinner than this that I'm probably not even going to braid, or if I do, I'll only use 2 strands. And if you're curious to see what the difference is, I believe, see, hold on. I know I have one that's a 2 strand over here compared to, you'd think I'd be able to feel it. Is that one it? No. There was one that was a 2 strand because she was just really, really little. She is like an extra, extra small one. Oh my gosh. Y'all caught me off guard with this. Where is she? Here she is. Is she? No, here she is. So this one here is a 2 strand versus a 3 strand. So that's a 2 strand. And then this is a 3 strand. So even with 3 strands, you can still go a little bit smaller. I'll still probably go maybe a little bit smaller. I might put something on her. I might not. If I put something on her, or wait, no, this one right here, I don't think I'm going to put anything on. She's like really, really small. She'll just probably just be chilling by herself. But that's what I'm doing. And after I'm done putting this in, I'll make another video on how I'm going to keep my braid locks moisturized and maintain the health of my locks that are on the inside. And I might even take one out and show you guys what the progress is and if there's damage done to it. I don't know. I haven't decided because, you know, this is just for me. I'm not getting paid for it, so I don't know if I'm going to put forth the effort. If people are watching the videos, then I will, but if I keep them in my phone unwatched, then I might not even bother to do it. So that's what I'm doing for my yarn braids. And if you decide to put braids over locks, think about it. I don't know. I don't see like a big deal about it, but I've never had locks before, so I don't know. Like people say like they damage your locks, so I don't know. I guess I'll come back and do an update. If it damages my locks, then you know, then I know not to do it again. But I really can't see how it would, other than me not taking care of my hair. And I plan on keeping my hair moisturized with this stuff because I don't mind using this stuff. And I also plan on keeping my braids clean and keeping them still wearing something on top of my hair. So that is the end of this video. I don't know what this is. I got Trump stuff all up in my phone and I don't know why. Why is that popping up in my phone? I don't care about you. But I do care about what's going on, so that's another thing that's probably popping up. Like there's more updates on what this man done said, and my phone's just like, girl, you gotta watch what he talking about. Now I'm gonna be like, oh, let me sit down with a cup of coffee. See what this man talking about. Because if you need to laugh, you just gotta watch him talk and you be like, girl. So that is the end of my video. I'll do another one maybe later on this week. It is my birthday weekend. I'm not going to do anything, but I am probably going to just chill. So bye for now. I'll show you an update on how my hair looks when I'm done. It's going to look cute. Bye.